I got distracted in the shower today and forgot that I had purple shampoo on, and now my hair is silver. Don't get me wrong, it is a vibe. It's just not the vibe I'm going for. Now I'm going to take this as a blessing in disguise because as you can see by the layers of the Earth's crust in my hair, it needs some work. We have roots, we have a couple shades of yellow, we have the now silver, and then down at the end, there's no denying, we've got some fried, overly dyed, and now dyed hair. In no way am I giving advice, pretending to be a professional, or even pretending to know what I'm doing. I've just been doing my own hair since I was probably 12 years old. I don't like going to the hairdresser for a few reasons, so I just prefer to do it myself. Growing up, my eldest sister would be the one who cut my hair for me. And then after my parents divorced and she moved out, I had a great clips phase. I'm never very good at sectioning, but at least I am sectioning. Oh. For a girl who has POTS and gets tired when her arms are above her head, choosing to do my own hair is not really a great life choice. Just using 20 developer. I like the sensitive stuff. I don't know if it makes a difference, but the placebo in my brain tells me it does. 2 bowls. I always put the darker color in the darker bowl and the lighter color in the lighter bowl so I don't mix them up. Today we're working with 8 and 10A ash blondes, light and lightest. So I can do a little bit of a balayage ombre effect. I'm gonna blend them kind of from the top to the bottom. I'm using the full tube, even though I know I'm not gonna use all of the dye. Because I found even though they say that on the back that after you open it, you have 24 months, that when it comes to hair dye like this, it does tend to expire and the chemicals aren't as active. I love the smell of hair dye. I can feel my brain cells rotting away, but I can't deny it. Kind of smells like chemical apples. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. During the time in which I did go to Great Clips as a teenager, I literally once brought in a picture of Ramona Flowers and had them cut my hair like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it was my favorite haircut of my life. One of the benefits of having thin hair is you don't need as much product. And it doesn't take as long for the product to get into your hair. Now, that does come with the disadvantage of still being more susceptible to frying. Pretty. Yummy. Why do I want to eat it? After the Ramona Flowers haircut, I grew it out for a while. And then I did like a life change where I lost weight and I cleaned my room. I even changed my fucking handwriting. And I hated who I became. I became so boring. And so then I cut it all off during summer camp. And then I bleached it. And then I had a lot of fun. I was blonde and the blonde pixie cut was a moment. And it was red for a little while. I did some cotton candy. I know that I should be using a brush, but I really don't like using a brush. I have thin hair and when you're doing it yourself, it just doesn't seem necessary because like, especially if I can't see it, I can feel what I'm doing a lot better and I can make sure that then each strand really gets covered. Okay, and then for a while I had kind of like reddish brown hair and then I grew it out again and then I dyed it blonde again and then I grew it out even more and then I decided to get a haircut and I went to another just Great Clips kind of place and I told the lady that I have kind of problems getting my hair cut. I know I don't look autistic. Problem with neurodivergent girls who don't look it. People just think you're being a petty bitch. And I told her that I don't really like getting my hair cut, that it had been a long time, and she just kind of brushed me off. And then she gave me such a fuck-ass haircut. It was so bad. So from there is when I started to just do my own hair permanently. And I let it grow out for a long time. And then it got boring again. Kind of lost the plot a little bit, like this section. And then if you're a postpartum mom, you know why a lot of moms have a bob. And that's because when your hormones drop off, you tend to lose some hair. Not to mention you're sleep deprived and stressed and probably lacking on proper nutrients. So I cut a bob, and honestly I loved the bob. It was really easy for the summer. But then I did a bleaching and it got really fried, and so then I had to cut it even shorter. And I actually didn't mind that either on a good day, but in the humid days of Florida, it just kind of became a frizzy mess at times. Though I did have the realization that I've just been a lazy lady, and my bad hair days are less about the haircut and about the color than about if it's clean or not. So then I grew out the pixie, and now I'm here, and I'm bored again. Ta-da! Don't forget to scrub behind your ears. All right, moment of truth. It looks exactly the same. Great. Let's blow dry it, see how it looks. So I've washed it out and I dried my hair, and it is better, but it's still quite yellow at the top. Now I'm not trying to summon Brad Mondo over here, but let's see if this can fix it. So I have never actually used toner before, let alone T18. I usually just use hair dye. Never box dye, but I just use dye and purple shampoo to tone my hair. That burns the eyes. Kind of like a dead skin colored aloe vera. Gross. This smells like dying neurons. Neuron. Okay, but why do I want to eat that? Well, it's dried and straightened. I put some makeup on. I'm not mad at it. Am I thrilled? No. Am I content? Yes. At least it's a gradient. And I do know that the silver is gonna fade in a couple days, just with some hot water. To be honest, I couldn't be bothered to care too much about it. It's hair. Does it have ties to my self-worth and my self-esteem? Of course. Do I put all my eggs in that basket? Of course not. Sweeney Todd here. Okay, here we are. Is it perfect? No. Is it probably asymmetrical? Sure. Do I need some layers? Sure. Does it feel so much healthier? Yes. Is it still fried? Of course.